welcome to the Notable and Black in Tech podcast. We are so glad to be here. We had a wonderful season last year, and we are coming again with season two. And we just thank you for tuning in with us. And today, B. Donald Harris. I've been in tech for over 20 years as a software engineer. I love everything about tech. I love what I do. And so I am the host of this podcast, and I'm going to let my co-hosts introduce themselves as well.
Hey, Major Phillips. I've been here. I'm sorry. I've been not here. Been here a long time now. I'm a 20-year plus tech veteran. Corporate, very corporate guy, corporate leadership expert. Man, I'm ready to get this season 2 rolling.
All right.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm Randall Phillips. I've been in IT close to 40 years. I'm really close to that. I've done everything from being in small business, corporate, big enterprise, entrepreneur, still running projects and businesses right now. Um, Also, I'm a robotics coach for First Lego League. I'm also um, big on instruction. Matter of fact, our main host was one of my students, and our co-host
Yeah.
Major. He just got influenced from just being around the tech guy. So I got quite a bit of experience, and I want to say this is a pleasure being a co-host. In season 2, I was a guest in season 1, and I'm ready to rock and roll and use some of these other skills that I've acquired in running our podcast.
Right, right. I guess you did good as being a guest since we decided to bring you on as a co-host. So I guess we like you. You was one of my instructors in school. So yeah, thank you, Randall, for joining the hosting team. Uh, so yeah, we want. I guess he's gonna just kick this thing right off, because we do have a guest in the waiting. But before we get to the guest, we just talk about anything. Anything interesting that you guys seen that's going on right now. That caught your eye, caught your ear in
Well,
the text.
what's going on with you? How was your week? How has it been for you this beginning of 2026? What's going down?
Oh man, look. What's going on in my life? Um, you know, I work my job, but also with this podcast, with Notable Black and Tech. I have actually been coding a lot on the nights and weekends. I'm building a community. I'm building this app community called BitVoices Black and Tech Voices, and so y'all gonna be hearing more about it. So that's what's been new with me. I've been burning the midnight oil, putting this thing together. And check this out. I've been having some help, but it ain't been not no flesh and blood real help. I've been using AI agents
Oh boy,
to help me code this thing out. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's cool.
some cheap labor. You got some cheap labor.
Well, yeah, it can be cheap, but then when you start utilizing and using them, it start costing a little bit because I'm not just giving prompts. I'm not just prompting it, giving it prompts. I'm writing out full specs, full specifications, and constitutions and things like that. And so I give it proper instructions. So I'm architecting it. So it's cool. A lot of people talk about where the industry term that people been using.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing. That's the vibe coding. I really don't like that term. And I think the term that really probably identifies the best is agentic development, AI agentic development, or spec driven development is what they call it. Because I'm not because AI vibe coding is you don't have to know nothing about programming.
It's
You can
opposite
just
demoralizing.
Yeah, it demoralizing. You just sitting there just, man, it is. You just sit there prompting the AI. But with this, the way I'm doing it, I'm using my skill set, I'm using my intelligence, and I don't accept everything that the agent does. I don't accept every workflow. I don't accept every design pattern. I structure it, so it's still development. It's just development. I'm gonna say on steroids.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're having it do a routine for you, and you looking at the routine and making the changes to it, editing it, and then in introducing it to your main program.
Yeah, yeah.
It's something
But
different than
but
auto programming.
right. But the cool thing about it, man, now bug fixing is great. Well, sometimes I'm gonna say sometimes because sometimes you get a bug and it does great by going in and looking at the entire code base and finding what those edge cases are, whatever the bug is. And then sometimes when in bug fixing, I fix the bug before it does. I'm like, and I just hit stop. That ain't it. This is what it is. You know how AI does. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. It is that. Thank you.
Future. That's the future.
So what about you? What's new with you? Major.
Man, it's been a lot going on since 2026 for me. First of all, I got married. That was new.
Oh,
That's
congratulations.
Thank
Sound
you.
effects, Randall.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I ain't get no applause or
Yeah,
nothing.
he ain't got no sound effects. I don't know, Randall. We gotta find Randall on the day one.
A1. Queued him up real good. He ain't even take it. Hey, all right, we're gonna give him another one. This is it.
Oh, that's late. All the way late.
Hey, boy. All right, second thing. So, I got a new job.
Okay. Yeah.
This dude here.
Yeah. It ain't working out. It
Never
ain't
mind.
working out.
Never mind. All right. Anyway, got a new job, man, and leading, helping to lead a new company, doing some AI
Hmm.
enablement. Uh,
Okay.
super exciting. Working with a lot of smart people. Probably some of the smartest people I've ever worked with in my life. It's really good. Um, Man, just those two, big life changes. Great. You got a delay on me.
Oh my God. And it's loud. It's loud, very loud. Yeah. Okay,
All
Randall.
right, man.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Hold on, Major. My heart hurt, man. Oh my. No, I used to work with Major years ago, and now he said now he working with some of the smartest people he ever worked with. Oh, Major,
Hey,
dude. Oh.
hey, man. These people trying to cure cancer.
Okay. I wasn't carrying cancer. We was just doing reports. It's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We were trying to put heads in beds. Yeah, that's what's up. No. Oh
Okay.
man, other than that, man, yeah, it's been a good journey, man. This last 6 months since the last time we did the podcast.
Yeah.
It's been
Okay.
good, and I'm highly blessed and favored. So, what's been
Awesome.
going on, Randall? What's happening
Yeah,
in your
Randall.
world? What happened?
Project that I was on last year had died, and it wasn't anything that the team did that's on this project. It was, when you have third party people that's trying to help you and they say they're going to do something, then all of a sudden they go silent. That's what happened. The
Hmm.
person went silent on us, and we thought the project had basically fell off the cliff. But the savior was um, a company here in Memphis. Uh, the Raleigh CDC came to our rescue and said, "Hey, we'll pick up the pieces. Just let us know if we can do something." So yeah, so we went to the federal government, the agency we've been working with for the past 5 years, and hey, ask them, can we get an extension? I know we've already asked for an extension. Can we get another one? And we actually got granted a new extension. So the project's back on. We just have to start
Awesome.
over. So I don't want to announce.
Shout out to Ronnie CDC. Appreciate y'all.
Right.
Thank
Yeah.
y'all for
Yeah,
sharing.
Appreciate that.
yeah,
Congressional
yes, yes,
CDC.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and also the nonprofit that we put together, they're going to help us with a few things, and then there's other companies supposed to be helping us, and it's like this: once the money hits here, the rest of the money will come. But we just need that first major deposit, and
Yeah.
we'll
Okay,
have that going.
okay,
Yep,
I
we'll
think
have
all
that
right,
going. We just got to
think
start
all
over
right.
and do it, try to do it more correct. I'm not gonna say we didn't do it correct the first time. We just need to do it more correct this time.
Okay, okay, okay. So then maybe I'll be in position to I don't know, get some funding to my project,
But
or we can work.
That's the whole thing. Is that once we get funding, we get other things can happen.
go.
Awesome,
Yep,
Man,
awesome.
and
we all waiting on that direct deposit.
the only other thing that I'm trying to my robotics program it did pretty good this year, but uh, Lego Education has changed the game for first, and we have to jump in this new game. They're actually jumping into AI a little bit, so they're going into computer science and AI a little deeper. But they want to
Okay,
do it more responsibly, and they're looking out for the children and what they think AI is and what it should do, and not what think people not using AI like Google.
okay, 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 man. And look, a lot of enough credit don't go to you for your involvement in that because that right there what you're doing on with the robotics. How many years you been doing that? You've been doing it for a while now.
I started out as a mentor 15 years ago, and I've been a
Yeah.
coach 11 years now.
Okay. Okay. So your hats off to you. You should give yourself applause for that. Because working with the kids or the next generation, introducing them to tech and robotics. So yeah, hats off to you for that. Anything else?
That's it for the moment. That's it. Just trying to
Okay.
get that going. Once that go, I can move to the next level.
Okay. All right. All right. So y'all, we do we do have a guest that's in the waiting waiting in the wings. Um, this is a person. Her name is Carol Ray-Holmes of the Lady Ray Computer Services LLC. I She's a certified Microsoft innovative educator. She's a skills coach, community mentor, and AI educator. And then she got all the letters behind that: MCT, MCLC, MOS, MOSE, MOSM. I mean, and he just got all the letters behind her name. So we want to welcome to the pod. We want to welcome the CEO of Lady Ray Computer Services LLC. Welcome to the pod, Miss
Thank
Carol.
you. Thank you so much.
So now, so let's before we get started. So tell us, what's new with you? No, I don't want to start there. Talk about who you are in tech, how long you've been in tech, and what you're doing. Let's start things. I thought it was. I thought it's. I've been looking at your LinkedIn post, seeing your post on in the Black IT group on Facebook, and I just had to connect with you, and bring you on the show because I think what you're doing is phenomenal. So let's just give your personal introduction of who you are and what you've been
Oh,
doing.
oh, well, I've officially been in tech about 40 years, but I consider my start on a typewriter.
Okay.
I
Okay,
still
okay. I
consider
remember
that
those.
technology.
Remember typewriters?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I,
remember
I, I
typewriters.
took a
Yeah.
couple of typewriter classes in
And,
high school.
That correction ink, that little white, whatever the little white.
and
Yeah,
Correction tape.
correction tape you stick in there.
I started teaching because I was a secretary,
Okay.
um, and I got into teaching tech. I got tired of being a secretary because back then there was so much racism.
Hmm.
Working in corporate, it was worse in the 70s. Struggling. Anytime I wanted to get a promotion, I had to go to another job. So
Okay.
I would give it about 3 years, and if they didn't move me, and I mean I worked hard, okay,
Hmm.
that didn't matter. It was like I wasn't white.
Right.
Um, so I saw an ad in the paper about a business instructor, and that was my start into computers. I was teaching young people how to use the computer, and I didn't think I could do it when I first started. It was like I'm nervous. I've never stood in front of an audience before. And I went to the director on the day of the class. I said, I don't think I could do this. She said, well, do you know the material? I said, sure, I know the material. She says, well, they don't. So go in there and teach them how to do this stuff. And that's how I
Hmm.
started.
That's
Exactly.
how it goes.
And
Okay.
I got with Microsoft because a lot of the corporations were getting into Microsoft products.
Hmm.
And I had to get certified before I could teach it. And I had to become a MCT, Microsoft Certified Trainer.
Hmm.
So that's how I accumulated 37. I have 37 active certifications.
Oh boy.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up,
That's a
hold
lot.
up, hold up. 37.
37. Because every course I taught, I had to be certified. So if I taught Word,
Mm.
Excel,
Yeah.
Access, PowerPoint, I had to have a certification in order to teach it.
Mm.
I need
So
you to
that's
teach
how I
me how to certify.
accumulated it.
I
And
need you.
every time it changed, the versions changed, I had to get certified in the new version. So that's how I accumulated 37. I was
Wow.
working on my 38th, and it was like my brain said, okay, we're full. We can't take any more.
Could push in that 38 one.
I'll be I'll be 75 this year. So
Yeah.
my brain was like, okay, so you're 74. So what do you need this stuff for?
I
Yeah,
swear you about 52,
No, you ain't
53.
no, no, you ain't no,
she,
Miss Carol.
she don't have that
No.
first in, first out memory. That's why I couldn't pop out the top.
Well,
Well.
AI came into play, and I was noticing in the groups, I wasn't hearing a lot about AI.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and so I started pushing it. I said, hey, AI is getting ready to take over, and you better be prepared for it.
Better
And
be.
not just using Chat GPT or Copilot. You need to be in the background seeing what this program does, this code does.
Yeah.
So I designed this app called AI Career Launchpad so
Okay.
that we could be more competitive in the job market. Um, it's AI ran. I wrote code for it to do just about everything you need to get a job in AI. I
Really?
start off with a assessment test, and then
Okay.
it will um, look at the skills already they have, and then recommend what AI courses to take. And then I have the resource library. I actually have jobs there. And what's unique about it is that if somebody chooses a job they want to apply for after going through the program,
Mhm.
it will assess the application. It'll give a gap analysis, what you're missing, and interview prep for that job. Because I'm seeing that a lot of these jobs are AI generated. These applications, these requests, for jobs are AI generated. So I said, well, let's fight AI with AI. So the
There you go.
AI will go over the application
Mm,
and
See,
right.
tell them what they need and what they need to do to get that job. So my goal is not just learning about that chat. A lot of people are using that chat GPT,
uh,
Copilot, and those type of things.
yeah,
I'm teaching you how to learn the code. It either has a code assistant, a project assistant. You say, I want to do this project. It will generate an outline, generate the code for that project, and help them have, showcase their AI projects. Because we as Black people, they want more out of us.
That's true.
They sure do.
yeah, you do.
It's
We
always
do.
been 25 times more than the other people.
Yeah, I've been there. I've gone through those steps, and I had to work 10 times harder than the white person did for a job.
Yeah, 10 times harder to get 10 times less the recognition.
That's right. Yep. So I want to work a lot with the young people that's coming up, and telling them, hey, and if you look at it, the automation that's going on right now
Yeah.
affects mostly Black people jobs.
hmm
Um,
So it is. So now you're talking about this app this app that you built, and you talked about when you saw the gap and saw that people not speaking about that.
mhm.
What was it? What was the thing that just made you say, you know what, let me go start building this thing? Did you just start building, or did you start talking to people, start asking? What was your process to get to that place, to get to this
Oh,
point?
I joined a lot of groups,
hmm
Black groups mostly.
Okay.
Um, and that's where I was seeing, why aren't they talking about AI?
Yeah.
A lot of conversation with cybersecurity, and
Everybody talking about cybersecurity.
yeah, and so I was saying, well, hey, you're already certified, you got cybersecurity. Now all you have to do is add AI to it and become AI security. So I
Yeah.
started talking more about, I thought that people would listen more if you say transform your skills into AI. Transform the skills you already have
Yeah.
and add
hmm
AI to it so that you can be competitive in that job market with the AI. And I noticed, myself that, I retired, but I was still looking at the job market as far as, using AI. And
Okay.
my problem is ethics and equality, because
Yeah.
the code that they're writing, AI could go through it and just where I live and my name will know that I'm Black and just throw me
Yeah.
out. Okay,
Yep.
so that's why I started doing this app so that it can address those issues. And the courses that I'm adding are more like coding and going in the background and learning how to do, write code that's not biased.
Yes.
We need a
Right.
seat at the table because who knows more about what Black people do?
Right. So
Yep.
you talk about that now. When you talk about the seat at the table, I'm so I think about one. I'm all about uh, building ownership, making our own table, building our own table.
Yes.
Because a lot of times, what happens is, I mean, just the thing you talked about, and the thing that Major Randall was echoing. A lot of times, when we in these spaces, all of us, all of us, I know for sure, have been in spaces where we was the only person of color in the room, or even sometimes in the building. And what happens is you feel like there's a feeling of I'm just allowed to be here. I'm not really a part of this. They allowing me a place here. It's time. It's time that we edge out our own spaces so that we can have a sense of belonging versus being, oh, you allow me in the room. I don't want to just be allowed in the room.
Right.
Makes you feel more comfortable.
I
Yeah.
want a place at
Yeah,
the table.
Yeah.
right. Exactly. At the table. I want to be, yeah, I don't want to just like, okay, I'm here because they let me in. No, no, I'm not here. No, my skill set brought me here.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was at a meeting years ago when the digital divide, they called it the digital divide.
Hmm.
And I was in the meeting, and the first thing that came up was they were talking about remember the term minority?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to tell them, I says, well, we're not the minority, you're the minority.
Okay.
Facts. Facts.
That didn't go over well, but I said, because when you say minority, you're talking about African Americans, you're talking about Indians, you're talking about Hispanics, you're talking about anybody that's not white. And we're not, if you go in that route, we're not the minority. You're the minority. It didn't go over well, but
I know
they
it didn't.
So
had
did
to,
they walk you out?
you
Did
know
they
what,
walk you out the same day?
they had to think about that.
Miss Carol, I want to ask you a question because you had said something. Uh, going back on your thought earlier. How do you feel about what skill sets do you think that the AI is replacing? Right, meaning that it's some technology jobs right now that AI is probably going to either make go
Oh
away.
yeah, I talk more like transformation.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I highlight jobs like, okay, if you were doing secretarial work, then
okay,
you could take those skills and teach AI about the specific business you're working in. Who knows better than the person that's working there?
that's
So
right.
teach them. A lot of the problem I'm seeing is that these companies are laying off people and firing people instead of upskilling them. If you
Mm,
want them to work there, people know the business, so why would you fire them? Teach
right.
them how to communicate with the AI so that they can still work.
So who would you? So you talking to the young generation now? I'm talking about people just now coming out of college, probably finishing a graduate degree, and they're trying to get into technology. What advice would you give them?
I would say take some of these courses. I mean, Microsoft has free training. And on top of that, they give you a certificate. They give you a certificate. They give you badges.
Do, so do
And
you think do you think it's worth going to college?
I didn't go to college.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I think it's a. I
I,
think it's
I
a.
I tried college. I did
I think
go
it's a.
for a couple of semesters, but
Yeah.
I had two kids, so I had to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's a catch-22 because when
yeah.
you do look at the job market and you look at the requirements, they want you to have this piece of paper that's called a bachelor's, a master's, or a PhD. And I'm gonna mess with you a minute, Miss Carol, with your 38 certifications. My wife had looked at a remote job training in office, and she has office certification, but they wanted the person to have a PhD and the certificates for
Yeah, they're
office.
so full of it. I'm sorry. That's a bunch of
I know
BS.
what I'm saying. That's the catch 22.
Uh,
They trying to
they
weed
they
us
they
out
do
because
that
we don't have a
because
doctorate
that's
degree.
how they screen you out.
Exactly.
That's
Because
how they screen you out.
that is because they already promised a job to so and so nephew, and so they gotta post it. So they gonna fluff the posting to screen everybody else out. So you don't give it to Billy Bob over there.
That's why I did the way that I designed the app. It'll go through that application and it'll do an application analysis.
Okay.
And then it will say, oh, these are the skills. It'll tell you what percentage you have of getting that job. Then it'll give you a gap analysis, say, this is what you're missing. This is what you need to do. And then it will even give an interview prep.
You
So
thought of
I
everything.
want to make the people who are getting this competitive so they can't be screened out. And
I
that's
need to
what
be
they
one of
do.
your
They make
test
it
cases.
so out of reach. Yeah, they make these jobs so out of reach. They know people don't have that type of
And
you
what make
know,
it so bad about
except white
that
people.
and what make it so bad about that position, it wasn't hardly paying anything to have a PhD. People want a PhD, they're looking for over $100,000.
Yeah.
Right,
My
right.
sister is a PhD. I said, God bless you, honey. And she's out there looking for work.
Looking for work.
It's-
Boy, too.
and she's calling me to be, well, how do I do this on the computer? I said, you better start learning how to do this stuff because they're going to require it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely we are definitely at the stage of existence where if you don't have any type of tech computer skills and AI and right now AI is that skill. AI not going away. AI is here to stay.
It
We
is.
we may not know exactly what it's going to look like. We don't because AI is one of the fastest evolving technologies that we've ever seen. In the last 2 years, it has evolved so fast. I don't think I've ever seen tech evolve this fast the way AI is
Me
because
either.
it's like every 3 to 6 months is even better.
Donald, automation did the same thing.
Yep.
It did
Yeah.
the
I
same
mean,
thing what AI is doing.
I go back to the 60s, okay? That's when I first started out.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I was on the typewriter. I thought I was bad. I could type 65, 70 words a minute. And,
Oh yeah, that's good. I'm sitting here.
and
Yeah.
then when
I'm sitting here like 40,
the
45.
computers came out, and let me tell you, when the computers came out, I was like, wow, I don't have to use whiteout. I can I can just so so when the computers came out, I was thrilled. I mean, I'm a geek for sure. Um,
Yeah.
I had to learn everything about it because if it's going to help me not use whiteout, then I really wanted to see how it works.
What's the first spreadsheet you use?
With the computers,
Yeah.
key punch cards. Remember those?
Oh man,
Oh.
I only use that in one lab.
Oh.
I had to do the key punch
Oh.
cards.
All the punch
That was my
cards.
first experience.
Was it data?
And
Was where I used punch card? Yeah, the data control computer was where I first used punch card.
Yeah,
you got to keep it, and they got to be in order too, right? Because you drop them things, you messed up.
that's right.
If
You
they're
mess up
not
a
numbered, you
card.
drop them. It's done. It's over.
Yeah, and have do you remember Wang?
Yeah, I remember
Wayne,
Wayne.
I remember
Wang was the
Wayne.
first one I worked on, and we didn't have a monitor. We had to wait till it.
Oh,
We had to wait
Okay,
till it
Wayne.
printed out to see
You got a friend named Wayne.
Wang.
Wayne.
They had
Yeah,
the.
oh,
They
Wayne.
call it the
Wayne
Wang
computers. I
computers back
remember.
then.
Yeah, I've heard of Wayne.
Yeah, that's how far I go back. Remember the 5 1/4 inch disc?
Yes, I remember those. I
Those
remember
big
those.
Oh,
ones,
you probably know the 8-inch disc from the mainframes.
right? Yeah, and it evolved, but not as fast as AI is evolving.
No,
AI
and
is
not as
evolving
fast.
very quickly.
Very quickly. I remember those time recording instances because I've been a computer geek since I was like 9 years old, and so and when I was in junior high school, I used to have a pocket full of discs. But when I go to go to the library and work on my little basic programs, I was writing games and stuff. Yeah, I remember those. I remember those discs. But yeah, AI it's growing phenomenally fast. I was
It
watching. I
is.
was
This is
looking.
the fastest in technology
Yeah.
that I've ever experienced.
Yeah,
Which
And I
it
couldn't
is.
keep up. I mean, I'm trying to keep up and it's like uh
so
they keep
Carol,
changing and evolving. My main concern is equality and ethics.
Yeah, especially in today's climate.
Right.
Especially in
Because
today's
it could
climate.
be it's so easy for them to be biased.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
these programs that they're building in the white companies, they're pushing us out. We
so
either
Mr.
got to do our own thing.
I got a question for you. What AI what technologies you use in your day to day personal? You got the A word in your home, that lady.
Yeah, that
I'm sorry,
device to
repeat your
start with an
question,
A from
Major.
Amazon. Do you have
Oh,
that
I work
device from
Oh,
mostly with
Amazon?
Microsoft stuff.
Oh, no. Do you got that little device from Amazon in your house? I don't want to say the name because you
Oh,
know.
you know what you know I do. I'm 70, gonna be 75 years old. I can't remember everything.
I know that's right. So on top of that question,
Let me
is your
tell you,
house?
I got one of those eye watches,
uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
I just moved my hand. I guess it jerked, and it said said I had that it experienced that I had a hard fall, and it was calling emergency services. I said, "What?"
Yep. My friend said his phone was doing that. I mean, his watch was doing that last night. He sat down hard and said he had failed.
Yeah, I didn't have to fall. I just moved my wrist, and I had to stop it from calling emergency services because it
Oh
said
wow.
we're calling emergencies, and they had a countdown.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah, I
better
had to
Oh
stop
wow.
us from
turn
calling
mine
emergency
down, and
services. So
my
yeah,
regular
AI is
watch.
becoming crazy. It's
Yeah.
and that's one of the things you now. What if I experienced a real fall and it didn't detect it?
Well, we don't
See,
want to test that out. Okay.
no.
No.
We showed them.
But yeah, the technology with the AI is phenomenal. I've never seen anything.
Did you hear about the refrigerator, the smart refrigerator? You got one in your
Yeah.
house?
No, I haven't heard about the smart
Oh,
refrigerator.
Oh
now
my
you have
God.
it.
You know, because the smart refrigerator, it can see what's in your refrigerator, and it was reported that the refrigerator was ordering groceries like milk and eggs, and it just kept ordering it. It just kept ordering and
Oh my
ordering and
god!
ordering.
I don't want one of those because
Just got
I'm
stuck
on
in
a
the loop.
budget.
You got plenty of eggs.
Right. I know that's right.
but
Yeah, because how many smart devices do you have in your home? You know, try to make your home a little smarter.
I just have and it's funny because I didn't purchase these things. My son did.
Hey,
He got me the Amazon thing, and I was like, "Well, what do I need this for?" It's a little.
That's what we
It's
sons
like a
do.
little picture, and it's a. I forgot what it's called. The Amazon makes it,
Hmm.
and it'll talk to you and
And
has
yeah.
pictures. Well, he got me that, and then my daughters they get me. They think because I'm older, but I tell them, I said, "Y'all calling me for questions, okay?"
And they think you need help. They need the help.
Something powerful is happening right now. Black technologists, founders, and builders are doing some incredible things. But too often, those stories do not get the visibility that they deserve. Many of us have learned to navigate the spaces that were really never designed for us. We found access, but access isn't the same as ownership. What if there's a place where Black technologists and builders could share what they're building and amplify each other's voices? A place where creators are not just participating, they're helping to shape the future of tech. That's why I'm building BitVoices Network, a creative-first community designed to amplify Black excellence, where builders can share ideas, collaborate, and grow together. If you're a technologist, founder, builder, creating something meaningful, this space was built for you. Join us, BitVoices Network, amplifying Black excellence in tech.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We take care of mom. That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
Shoot.
I have several of those devices scattered about the house. Plus, I have the few smart plugs to turn on and off stuff, and I have a smart alarm. And I kind of gave the device a little bit of training on it, but I don't want to give it full access because it actually controls my heating and
Oh,
air. So I don't want to give it full access.
No,
yeah.
I,
I do have the doorbell
okay. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I do live alone, and my son worries about me being here by myself. But I
Yeah,
said
that's
I'm
safe.
a bad little sister. I could take
Oh, okay.
I believe that. I believe it.
because
I
I used
believe
to
it.
travel a lot. Remember back then when they were doing Microsoft, all the companies were upgrading using the
Yeah.
Microsoft. Well, that's
Yeah.
where I got to travel because it would be a team. I would be the teacher. So they would upgrade the software and get the new computers, and then I would teach them how to use the new software. So
Okay.
I got
So
to
so
travel.
okay. So that not so that I'm gonna talk about that just a little bit. Then let's talk about that. Because that's one of the cool things about working in tech, being in tech. The opportunities, the experiences that you can have. So you said travel. So what are some of the best places you've gone to, or maybe even the craziest places you've gone to in your travel experience
I'll
of
tell you
going
about
out teaching?
the craziest one I've been.
Okay.
And that was when Trump was his first term.
Okay.
I was going to the Carolinas, Dakotas, and I tell you, all I saw was those signs on there. And I was working for this fertilizer. I was teaching. This fertilizer company was
Hmm.
upgrading. They were originally from Canada. So I would go into the classroom and they see me, and it's like the arms go across the chest and they leaning back, and
Oh yeah.
oh God. And I felt like they're looking at me like they want to take me out back somewhere and hang me.
Oh.
And
Ooh.
I was okay. I was like, okay, I gotta pray on this one. So,
Always works, boss. That
so I
always.
just did okay. I went right up to him one by one. I said, just tell me your name and where you work and how ecstatically excited you are to be here this morning.
Yeah, you have to flip the script. You have to flip it.
Yeah.
And, I would try to shake their hand if they didn't want to. I said, oh, well, you're not ecstatically excited. But
I like
Yeah, those
you.
were
I like
scary.
you.
Those were scary times for me, and my
Yeah.
son. I went to the Indian reservations.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they did them so badly that I had to really do extra work. They were having me teach 4-hour classes for 8-hour material for the Indians.
Really?
Crazy.
Yes,
That's crazy.
yes.
And these
And
are the
then
natives. This is their land.
everybody that was in charge, like the principals or the assistant principals, were white. And went to the Navajo Indians. I said, because I had noticed that every place I
Mhm.
went, they had white administrators.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I was wondering, why are there white administrators on the Indian reservations, right? And
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
said,
right.
we were wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
But that was the worst, was the where the prejudice was really
Yeah.
prominent, and on the Indian reservations. The blessed place I went to was Trinidad.
Okay.
That was like
Trinidad, yeah.
hey, that was like a vacation. I felt like I was. They had a driver. The driver had the little sign up for me.
Nice.
Good deal.
I felt like a what you call it, celebrity. And
Awesome.
it was
Oh, that's
nice.
nice.
It was nice because it was more black people there.
Of
Oh
It
course.
was
yeah.
more black
Of course,
people
Trinidad.
in the classes, because I was used to teaching white people. And it was like, why aren't there any I know there's black people working here, so why aren't they in these classes? They need to be learning.
Yeah.
And the only thing I could think of, either they were telling them they had to work and not go to the class, or they
Hmm.
didn't tell them about it. Because
Probably
I
didn't
saw
tell them about
very
it.
few black people in my classes. So that's why I'm pushing this app to get our people. I make it easy for them to transition into the AI environment. And the
Yeah.
app is built for that. It's everything is AI. It's like you're gonna have AI out of your nose by the time you. And
Right.
I got my course certified by Credible. So when you finish, you get a certification for me.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Miss Carol, you bad to the bone?
She
Yep.
got
I
so
mean, the
many.
whole everything.
I
Hey,
know that's right.
You don't want to mess
hey,
with me.
she got so many certifications. She giving them out.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's right.
Yeah.
But I try to make
Awesome.
my classes, fun, and when I was teaching in person, I try to loosen it up, because if you think about it, for other people, computers are boring.
Yeah, it
So
Yeah.
you
is.
have to
I had to.
you have to make it fun.
That's what I had to do. I had
Um,
to try to make it fun, try to make it easier.
yeah,
Utilize the tools that the college had for me, because I used Blackboard when I was at Remington College,
me too.
and I basically automated my class where all the paperwork was online, and I just wrote up my own labs and gave it to the students, and we had fun labs to try to get through,
Yeah.
and so they can learn. And I always try to pair up the students or put them in small groups of 4 so they will accomplish one thing.
What
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
was I worked at a proprietary school, where they be getting the government funding for. So I was teaching the Microsoft stuff, but I would test them every week, and I would say, well, they need something else to do for their final. So what I did was I put them in groups, and you had the CEO, the CFO, the marketing
Hmm.
person. So the person who was the CEO had to write a business plan in Word. People who were the CFO had to write a spreadsheet about the business in Excel. They did marketing in PowerPoint, you know, and then they had to give a presentation. I was the banker. So they had to present to me how to get a loan for their business.
Boy.
And
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
that was exciting. Oh, it became competitive. They didn't want people seeing what their business was or what they were doing. Some people went out and bought marketing stuff like pencils and cups to give away. I mean, they
That,
they
that
were
sounds like
really
Junior
into
Achievement.
it.
Junior Achievement is doing something similar to that with their BizTown.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But that's how, and they learned better because they were taking control. These were some of these kids were gang members and welfare mothers.
Hmm.
You know, I would have them have dress up on Fridays. You got to dress for business, and we would have
Yeah.
a competition. They would have to model, you know. But it made it fun, and it made it where they want to learn, and it helped them get a job.
See, and see what you did, you brought exposure. And see, I think that's one of the things that exposure is everything.
Hmm.
And a lot of time when a lot of times when people from our community are not exposed to things and they don't think that they don't see the opportunities. That and so yeah, you brought exposure. I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like when I went to college in '84. Uh, Director of Education said, "You guys can go out here and start your own business after you graduate here." And I said, "I don't
Yeah.
know about doing a business. You know, nobody talked about business. It's like, yeah, if you don't expose them to it, you won't ever see it." But see, that locked in to me. It just took a while for it to lock in because the only other person I knew had a business by himself was the white guy in the little town I came from. He had 3 laundromats, and I actually helped him get the money out the machines, load the vending machine. He owned his own vending machine, his own laundromat. So I helped him load that up and, do stuff while my father was repairing the washing machines and dryers for him.
I was tougher on my students, especially if they were black. Okay.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, because
had
the world gonna
I
be
had
tough
a
on us.
gang member come in, and he would just refuse to do the work, and he would just sit there, and one day I said, you could just leave. He said, what? I said, you're not doing anything, you're not learning anything, so why are you here? So get out.
Right. There you go.
No,
He said, drop kick me Jesus. Get me out of here. Get him out of here.
you didn't give him a second chance. What happened? Is he
Next
gone?
day, he came in, started doing his work. I got him a job at this bicycle place, and he was forever grateful because he said, if you hadn't told me to get out, I would have just been sitting there doing nothing. I said, not
Hmm.
in my class.
There you go.
I know
You
that's
do
right.
it or you get out.
You called him on his BS. You
Yes.
We
called
need
him.
more. We need more teachers like that right now.
I had to be tough when I was working with, because these were juveniles who were coming out of the system,
Okay.
and they I had to use the what I call my Aunt Hattie.
And Hattie.
My Aunt Hattie.
That's one of the old names right there.
Right.
Hattie,
I had to
and
go
Hattie.
that route.
My grandmother's name.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody naming nobody Hattie now. But go ahead.
I had the best teacher when I guess in business when I was in high school.
Hmm.
I'll never forget him. His name was Mr. Moore, and he didn't take no crap. And he said, when you get out of this class, you're going to do 65 words a minute, and you're going to do 120 words a minute in shorthand, no errors. If you can't do that, get out.
Wow.
So
Ooh.
I was
He
like,
That's what's wrong.
I
We
was
we
like,
we're afraid of tough love, and
yeah,
they're saying that we're being too tough on the kids. But when they leave the house,
yep.
they're gonna get tougher love,
Man,
or
stuff's
no
so soft
love,
now. People so
actually.
soft now.
He was
Oh
tough,
my
but you
God.
know what? All the other people were scared.
Hmm.
Wow, 65 words a minute now, 120 words. That's what they were thinking. I was thinking, you could teach me how to do that? I think I'm going to
Yeah,
stay here because I want to type 65 words a minute and I want to do 120 words a minute in shorthand. So
Yeah.
by the time we started out with 20 people, we had 8 people that stayed. That was left.
What I
Oh,
can't remember. What is shorthand?
I'm sorry?
What is shorthand? I don't remember.
yeah.
Oh,
it's
Shorthand.
symbols.
those
You wrote in
symbols.
symbols.
I never learned those symbols. I
Yeah.
knew what
Yeah,
it was.
It's
That's the original emoji.
yeah.
Right.
It's symbols, and you had they as fast as they were talking, you were writing. And
right.
if you did it with
Right.
symbols, it was you would do like shortcuts,
Yeah. That
and
way you can dictate what people saying. You can dictate what people saying.
I could write it down
Yeah, it's
very
dictating
quickly.
in longhand, but with shortcuts.
Yes, they were all symbols.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
ever seen shorthand.
I could still
Yeah.
read it.
I've seen it. I can't read it. I've seen it, but I can't read it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it, it
I've
Say for
seen it in plenty
example, you
typing
do
books
like
and stuff
you
like
would
that.
do like a curve and a R and like a little loop to it. That's deer.
What?
Yep.
Man, that's a
And
whole
yeah.
sir would
It's
be
a
like a little
it
a
It
is.
little
is. It's
eh.
a whole nother language.
It's a whole thing. But that's what the thing was back then because we were
Yeah.
secretaries.
And what is it when you go in the courtroom and you got those people that's sitting there with their little
The
that
stenographer.
ain't that a shorthand typewriter? It's a stenographer.
That's a
That's a shorthand
stenographer.
typewriter, right?
Yep. Yep. I almost learned that, but I started getting into other stuff. 70s, I was into computers. I was really getting into it.
Well,
And
you took the right route.
yeah, I really thought I did because I
Yeah.
wasn't college material. I tried college, I just couldn't get into
went to
it.
college. What college did you want to go to?
I went to Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland.
Where? What in Cleveland?
Hmm.
Oh, you Cleveland
It was
girl.
one of the
Okay.
top schools. They got like nursing school, medical school, law school. Uh, they had all of that, and I was a secretary for one of the directors in the alumni office. That's what I started out as, and then after about 10 years of that, I said I'm done. I
This is for the
saw I
birds.
saw an ad for a business instructor, and that's how I got started.
Awesome. Awesome. And the
I
rest
was
is
even
history.
I even got a it's a lot of stuff because I was fighting so hard for the digital divide that I got recognized by Congress. I got congressional
Okay, tell us about
recognition.
that.
I was teaching welfare mothers to be secretaries,
Okay.
and I was diligent. I wanted them to have that's because I saw from the beginning y'all need paper, so I would get them to get the Microsoft certified like in Word or Excel, and then
Hmm.
I partnered up with the Charles Houston Bar Association and the NALS, which is the National Association of Legal Secretaries, and they would allow me to give them tests so that they could get certification and work in law offices. And then the Charles Houston Bar Association is a black bar association. So
Okay.
they would
Awesome.
give them internships and give them jobs. So I got congressional recognition for that.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've always been
Yeah.
the community oriented. That's my Hattie. You give back. You give back. And that's what I was doing. And I'm still doing that. Right now, I call myself an AI community mentor.
AI community mentor, and that's what we need. And you the person, and you the person to do that.
Yeah, I advocate for inclusion in these businesses because they're using this AI to keep us out. Last year,
Hmm.
300,000 Black women got fired or laid off from their jobs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
I keep up with those type of stats. And building this app, Donald, you got to see the app, didn't you? Did you get a chance to see it or look at it?
I didn't get a chance to see the app. I did some reading up on it, but I didn't see the app itself. I didn't get a chance to do that.
Okay.
But I'm most definitely I'm interested to seeing it. I do want to see it, so
I,
I'm going to look at it.
yeah,
And
I'm
I want to
interested myself.
connect with the community like Urban League and um, other community organizations
Hmm.
so that I can connect and people that don't want to go to college, they could get the AI certification
Yeah,
and get jobs.
yeah, we definitely gonna push that up to, and we're gonna probably have links and everything in the comments for people to connect and get to that app. If where can you
I sent you a link to the app. I was a
you did.
little late. I had a death in the family, so I was a little late
Okay,
sending
it's
all
in the
my
email, so
information to
we
you.
can draw that out of the
I
email.
see I see the link right here. I got it. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah,
And they log in
yeah.
with their email address. It could be
Hmm.
Google, it could be Microsoft, whatever. And then
Yes,
once
ma'am.
they're in, they take an assessment test. I have about 10 tests, different jobs like data analyst or data scientist or machine learning, NLP. I'm focusing mostly on being in the background of AI,
Hmm.
knowing what
Yeah.
I even have a little code assistant on the corner. You click that if you don't know what a code is. What code can I use for this? And it'll give it to you.
Okay.
I even have an AI that helps with a code. If you don't know a term or you don't understand
Hmm.
it or it's difficult, I call it the AI explainer.
AI
There
explainer.
you go. Come on, Lucy, you
Okay.
got some
So
explaining
they
to
have
do.
tools like that. I have a leaderboard, so it could be gamified, so they get points and they get badges, and they. I even have a section for small businesses on how to use AI in their business, and for educators and students, I have a platform where the teachers could use all the resources and keep track of them. I even have a reminder if you set a goal and that day passes, it'll send you an email.
Okay.
You just got a whole one-stop shop.
Yeah, you
There
got
you
it all
go. We
integrated with
need stuff
email
like
and
that.
everything.
So I'm really proud of it. It took a lot of thought.
Yeah,
And
you a real tech head because you think because you know how we do we think of all the edge cases. We think of everything. So yeah. Oh yeah, I applaud you.
thank
See
you.
Randall late again. Randall, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you didn't ask me where I got the name of my company.
Where did you get the name of your?
Where
Get
do you
the
get
name
to
of your
that? Yeah.
company.
My son, he said, you need to let them know you're a lady company.
He don't like
That's where the name came from.
everybody.
Lady Ray.
Lady Ray. Lady Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So they know that I'm a female company.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black woman. Know what I'm saying? Black woman. Yeah. Leading the AI revolution.
I've been getting a lot of hits. I'm supposed to do another podcast, but the white people are getting wind of me.
Hey, that's
That shows that
I've
you
been
are
getting
getting
hits from
recognized, because if they're noticing you, okay, you're doing something right because somebody's paying attention. They waking up. See, that's
yeah,
what they
and
hmm
scared of. They scared of talking about
anybody
us
you got.
getting
Okay,
woke.
guys, if I'm trying to give it free, I do charge for some of it. It's not a lot, but it's enough to where people can. My thing is if you buy a subscription, I'll give a subscription away to a young person to
Okay. Okay.
to to get it to get this education.
Okay.
Um, so that's more generated toward the white people. Y'all buy this,
hmm
and then you could put a black person, a black
There
student
you
through
go.
this program.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Um, when you think about the route we took, because some of y'all close to my age, Mr. Randall.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
called you out.
I'll be 60 this year, and I'm proud of being 60.
I tell you, reaching 75 is a big thing. Um, for I can't believe that I got this old, but I have a lot of energy. I still want to do stuff. I retired from doing Microsoft stuff, but this is what I'm doing now. I
I
want
hear you.
to.
My mentor is 80, and he's still kicking around. That's why we working on this project together. Uh, he's kicking it like ever before.
Yeah, I haven't slowed my brain. Hey, my body might be slowing down a little bit, but my brain's still there, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah, because I hear that if you keep your mind active, you will stay young.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you will stay because you just got to keep it active. When
I
you
did
sit
an
down, that's when you
IQ
mess up.
test to see if I could still think. Okay, I scored
Yeah.
uh I scored 121. So I said, "Oh, I guess I'm still there."
Oh, ain't that's genius, right? Ain't that 120 and above?
That's above
That's
average.
genius IQ. Above average. Yeah, 120. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I first started out, I was young. I was pretty smart. I found out that intimidated people, especially
It
white
does.
people.
Being
It
smart
does.
intimidates people.
It
Yeah,
does. It does. It does.
I
It
used to
does.
hide it when I was younger because I thought it was a hindrance socially.
hmm Yeah.
It was
And
socially, because I had when I transferred to fourth grade in Forest City, Arkansas, a little town right outside, about an hour outside of Memphis. Um, I was bored in the classroom because I was still trying to figure out things. So I just sat down with a piece of paper and started just putting math problems together and solving them. And the teacher room I was in, she grabbed me. What are you doing? I said, well, she said, you finished your work? I said, I finished all my work. I was bored and I was just wanting to do math problems. I said, where you get these from? I made them up and was solving them. She was going around all the fourth grade teachers and bragging and out loud and all the students. I'm saying, I'm looking, I'm new. I don't need the attention.
right, because I used to be very introverted, but because being a kid, you can be smart. They mess with you.
No, they sure
Yeah.
would.
Yeah. It's not cool at all. It ain't cool to be smart. Not
I,
in our
I I
community.
went to do a speech at a school years ago when I first really was working with the digital divide, and the girls were not interested in computers. And guess what their reasoning was?
What?
They didn't want to be looking geeky like a geek with the pistol with they had the pens
Oh yeah, the little
and
part
glasses
protector with the pins in
and,
it.
and the smart people. I mean, I guess they did look geeky. But they did. That's the reason why they didn't want to learn computers. I couldn't believe it. So
Everybody
I
want
said,
to be
you know
cool.
what?
Everybody want to be in with the in crowd and not be with the
Right.
out crowd.
I told them, look, I get to travel. I got a Jaguar. I got this and that. And that's because I work with computers.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how I started getting them interested. I used to do a little after school, uh, I called it Pink Computer Club, where I work with young black girls
Hmm. Okay.
and, teaching them computers, getting them certified, so that's been my goal for many, many years, is to make sure our people are part of this revolution.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. This because it can it can change lives. It can transform generations. It can change the trajectory of your family lineage. It can it brings us out of poverty. All of those things.
Yep.
And this
Yeah.
DEI thing that your president is is putting out there is
You
costing a
mean they're
lot of
tearing it
jobs.
apart?
It is. It is. It is. It is. And the whole thing about that, we were not the primary recipients of DEI.
Nope. I mean, I had to go toe to toe sometimes. I had one job where I would substitute for the executive secretary when she was on vacation, and I would do other stuff, and but when that's executive secretary left, they went in the file room, got a white file clerk for that job. And it was some black managers, they rotate managers back in. I was working at a bank at that time. So they rotate the managers, and most of the managers they were rotating back then, it was the equal opportunity. So they were coming up to, you're not gonna let that go by, right? You
Okay.
better get out there. And that's when I learned about EEOC.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they had to give me that job. I was there longer. I had actually done the work. So how you gonna go in the file room and get a file clerk that hadn't
Yeah.
even been there that long? And that was the first time
Oh
I
wow.
fought. I really fought for a
That,
job.
that sounds like the good old boy club down here in the South.
Yeah, they pushed me. They were so funny. It was great seeing. I was the only black person before they had them in there,
Hmm. Yeah.
and they were being groomed to be VPs and
Yep.
right out of college. Um, so that was fun. But I remember where I almost got into a fight with a white lady.
Oh, come
Oh
on.
no,
Let's
what
talk about
happened?
it.
Carol, you got this
Talk
fight?
about it. Let's talk about it.
She came
Spill the
up. I
tea.
was
Spill
doing
the
some
tea.
work, and I guess it wasn't to what her specifications. Nothing I ever did was right. Nothing. So she snatched the paper out of my hand and said, "You people can't follow simple instructions."
Ooh.
Oh,
Got the you
those
people.
are fighting
And
words.
my mother always said, "Get confirmation." I said, "What did you say?" Because if you repeat it, it's gonna be on. And it just so
Oh.
happens one of my coworkers saw the look on my face. She said, "Carol, can I see you for a moment?"
No, I gotta
She
take care
took
of
me
this.
in the bathroom. She said, "I thought you were going to hit her." If she had repeated
What
what she said, I would have been out of a job because that was an aggressive move.
It was.
And my mother always say, make sure you confirm that what they're saying, they have to repeat it. So I asked her, what did you say? was I hearing was I hearing correctly? Well, some of the stuff I had to go through, it was just I was appointed associate professor at Cal State Hayward, and there was this white girl came into my class, and I didn't recognize her, and she started. I said, "Are you in this class?" No, my professor said I could come and sit in any class I want to. I said, "Well, you can't come in here. You didn't pay to be in this class. So you got to leave." My professor said I could come in here. I said, but this professor says you can't.
Oh,
So she wouldn't take no for an answer. She went out to the receptionist, and the guy told her, Professor Holmes said you can't be in her class. You can't be in her class. She said, but Professor, who was white, and I think he put her up to it to mess with me.
Right.
And see, Miss Holmes, Miss Carol, you just keep on amazing us from your 37, almost 38 certifications. Then go to college and associate professor
With no college degree.
with no college degree.
But they're doing it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was on the faculty at Houston Community College, Cal State, but I went on my skills and my knowledge, and
There
then
you
who
go.
you know.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome, awesome. Wow, wow.
But
I
you
think
guys,
we
like,
we
anything you need from me, let me know. I'm here to help.
Yes, ma'am.
okay. We gonna hold you to that. We gonna hold you to that.
Yep.
And we appreciate you coming out. Now what I would like to do is you can promote your app some more, and then you can talk about anybody. If anybody want to contact you or connect with you, let us know and let them know how they can reach you, how they can connect with you, how they can contact you. This is your opportunity to give your spiel so that people can so the touch points on how to connect with you and learn more about your app, what you're doing, and all those.
Oh, LinkedIn is my biggest platform. Facebook. I'm still trying to get into and understand Instagram, and what's the other one my son said?
The TikTok.
TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah. Oh, you need to
Okay.
be on there, do a video, and he was telling me to do all. I'm still trying to get in it. I really wasn't into the social media at first, but now I'm seeing it as a marketing tool.
It is. It is. It is. It is. It is. So what we're gonna do? I know because I know you giving us all your stuff. So all of the information is gonna be on the screen. So y'all
Okay.
watch it on the screen. It'll also be for the audio listeners. It'll be in the show notes, and for the YouTubers, it will be in the description. Because
Okay.
you want to connect. You want to y'all want to connect with this lady. You
Oh yeah.
you
And
um
I'm definitely promoting notable BIT.
yes, notable
I
bit,
already
notable
I
and
had
black and
announced
tech.
I had announced the podcast on LinkedIn and Facebook in the
Yeah,
groups.
we saw the announcement.
You
Oh,
did? Oh, good.
yep.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah, we saw that. Yeah, so yeah, we appreciate the promotion. Keep promoting, keep promoting us, and we're gonna
Oh,
promote
yeah,
you,
for sure.
and we're gonna make sure that your information gets out there. Listen, viewers and listeners, if you looking for transformation in your career, transformation of your skill set. This is the lady you want to connect with. You want to get her app. Her app, you heard it. Her app got all the bells and whistles, everything you need from assessments to job interview prep, all
Resources,
of it.
courses,
Resources,
it's got everything. Everything
and you
you
can
need.
even get a certification.
Yep.
The cert,
Yep.
the cert God giving out certs.
Well, this is from my 40 years of experience in tech. all built into
Hmm.
this app. All the struggles I had to go through, and I was creating results from those
I think that's the most
struggles.
missing from today's world of IT is the struggle part. Everybody think you're supposed to just hand it to them like they going to a drive through.
Oh no, it's
Hmm.
not like that. And that's why I imported the reminders. If you set a goal, you better stick with it, or else you're going to be getting emails from the app.
You're right. You're right. Because it take hard work.
It
It take
does.
hard work and dedication.
'Cause
You can't just have do tech. It take work.
It
It
does.
So
does.
with that,
You know, it's just like the systems like when we had our 2 weeks snowstorm, the automated system sends out alerts saying, okay, the school closed, and you got parents complaining on Facebook and Instagram, why do I keep getting these texts? That's the system. It's reminding you that the school is closed. So it's only going to tell you once a day, but they're complaining, but then they go and change their telephone number. So they now say, why the school ain't contact? Well, you keep changing your phone number.
all right. So on that note, we will go ahead on wrap it up, and we're gonna call it. But we also, March is recognized as Women's History Month,
Yes.
and our first guest of the year, the first guest of the season, is this phenomenal woman. So we celebrate her in Women's History Month this month, for her 40 years in tech, and she is not.
That's
There
what
you
I was
go.
waiting for.
Oh, you got it right this time. Come on.
I love it. Thank
You
you
got it.
guys.
You got it right. Yeah. All right. See, brother, that's how you do it. That's how you do it right there. So we recognize you. She is not a gatekeeper. She got the door. She's swinging the doors wide open, trying to get all the come in that want to come in. So with that, we thank you all for joining us. Um, join us on this podcast. Keep watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and then set the and then also check the notifications so that when new episodes come out, you will be notified. With that said, we'll see y'all later.
Bye bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Peace
Thank you
out.
for coming.
All right. Okay, and that's a wrap.